All right, I am here to give you a hair update. And when I do hair update videos, that means that I had a recent salon visit to get a relaxer touch-up. Thankfully, I am doing this video the day after my salon visit instead of days after or even a week after, which I've sometimes been known to do. So this is kind of like almost hot off the press, fresh off the press, whatever you want to say. In these videos, I like to tell you how my last relaxer stretch went, how the salon visit went, share with you the results, and then tell you what I have planned for my next relaxer stretch. So let's start at the beginning. I stretched my relaxer for 12 weeks, and during that 12-week stretch, it was pretty good. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. A few things that I did a little differently than I have been trying to do is that I used more heat on my hair than I typically do because I wasn't roller setting my hair deep into my relaxer stretch. Basically, it was like the first 5 weeks, I was doing more of the roller setting and sitting under my hooded dryer. But then when it came to like the last 7 weeks, I was doing that occasionally, but more often than not, I would either dry my hair by sitting under my hooded dryer, getting my hair about 90% dry, following up with the comb attachment on my blow dryer, and basically making sure I'm getting my roots straight and dry, and then following up with a flat iron. Or I would go ahead and just go straight for the blow dryer, just blow dry my hair using the nozzle to about 90% dry, follow up with a paddle brush and my blow dryer, and get my hair pretty smooth and sleek that way, and then usually forego the flat iron. I used pretty much all of my standard hair products, or at least hair products that I knew my hair liked, even if they're not my go-tos. It was kind of like, let's just stick to what we know and what we love. To prepare my hair for the touch-up, I did what I typically do. I washed my hair and used a clarifying shampoo. My go-to clarifying shampoo is the ORS Creamy Aloe shampoo. I then followed up with my go-to TGIN Moisture Rich Sulfate Free shampoo. And before I actually shampooed my hair during my last wash, I did do a pre-poo, and I used the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle Moist mixed with the rest of the Eden Body Works Lavender Aloe Anti-Breakage Deep Conditioner. So this one is done. And I mixed those two conditioners together. I added some sunflower oil and left it on my hair for about 30 minutes while I did some stuff around the house. And then I went ahead and shampooed my hair. I used also, after I shampooed, the Apogee 2-Minute Keratin Reconstructor just to give my hair a little bit of strength. I paid close attention to my roots, particularly where the line of demarcation is, where my relaxed hair and my natural hair was meeting, and my ends. And then I followed up with my current deep conditioner that I'm using a lot of, which is the Eden Body Works Almond Marshmallow Split End Repair Mask. My hair felt good afterwards. I didn't have any real issues with it during the few days between my wash and my touch-up. What's actually interesting though is that I left only 3 days between my last hair wash and my relaxer touch-up. Typically I like to have 6-7 days between the wash and the touch-up. 5 days is kind of pushing it, but it's less than that. I get a little antsy because I don't want to have caused any irritation or made my scalp sensitive during my wash, so that it can get irritated during the touch-up. Well, spoiler alert, I didn't have any issues with irritation during my salon visit. Since I've started talking about the salon visit, let's go ahead and switch over to that. I've been going to JCPenney Salon for my relaxer touch-ups lately, just because it's easy to get on the books. The prices have not gone up at JCPenney Salon in years, so I get a really good price. Plus, sometimes I can get discounts because I'm a rewards member, so it's actually very budget friendly for me. Plus, I like the results of what I get. The woman that I've been letting do my hair, we have a pretty good rapport, and she listens to me when I tell her, oh, don't do this, don't do that, or can we try this, can we try that? Which is really good because not a lot of stylists will do that. So I got there and I did have to wait like 20 minutes for her to see me because she got a little behind in her appointments that day, but it really didn't matter. I just went out to the car, sat in the sun, and listened to a podcast, and then they called me when she was ready, which was really nice. And so I went in and went right to her chair, and she went ahead and proceeded to gather all the supplies she needed to do my touch-up. She based my scalp. And then she also put, and I cannot remember for the life of me what this product was, but she put some product on the length of my relaxed hair to go ahead and protect it from the relaxer. And it was in like a purple bottle. And I think I mentioned what it was in my last update video, so you can check that one out and see if I mentioned it there. I think I did, but I can't remember what it is right now. And when she put the relaxer on, I was not paying attention. Usually I try to pay attention when that's being done, but we were talking and laughing and conversating that I was not paying close attention, other than I could see part of my head in the mirror, and I did see that she only relaxed the new growth, which is what you should do, and that's all she's ever done. So I really had no concerns about her doing that, but just didn't want to mention that. She applied the relaxer, smoothed it out, and then left me for probably about a minute or so while she had to put a couple of things away, and then led me to the bowl to wash the relaxer out. She did say like, hey, I'm gonna go another round again with rinsing your hair because I want to make sure all of it got out of your hair. So she did rinse my hair a lot of times. Then she went ahead and put the neutralizer on my hair. And then she did something that I can't remember if she's done it before, but she actually called it out this time, that she put the neutralizer on, and then on top of that, she put Olaplex #2, which is the rinse out conditioner from Olaplex, on top of that. And then she let it sit for about 10 minutes. And I think it might have been a little bit more than 10 minutes because she had to go finish up the client she had prior to me, because she had put rollers in that client's hair and then put the client under the dryer while she was working on my head. And that client was done from under the dryer, so she was taking the rollers out and styling her hair. So I think it was probably a little more than 10 minutes that I was sitting there. I wasn't counting the time. I was just kind of enjoying sitting there with my eyes closed and taking a little cat nap. She then came and washed all the product out of my hair and then proceeded to wash my hair about 3 times. And then that was it. We went back to her chair and she proceeded to comb out my hair. I did say, hey, I think I might need a trim. She was like, looking at your hair when it's wet, it doesn't really look like you need one. And she was like, here, let me show you. So she gave me the mirror and I looked and I was like, yeah, my hair looks pretty even though that's not what I've been seeing during the last few weeks when I had been looking at the back of my head. And I do know that sometimes when I have new growth and I don't get the new growth really straight, sometimes make my hair look more even than it actually is. So I was like, well, maybe that's what happened. So she started drying my hair with the blow dryer, and I asked her what heat setting she was using. And she said to get the excess water out of my hair before she started actually doing the blowout, she was using medium heat, and I think it was a medium fan. But then when it came to actually doing the blowout, she switched it to high heat, but then a low fan the whole time. And she said she used the high heat to make sure to get my hair nice and sleek and smooth. And we did not do a flat iron. I don't have her do a flat iron anymore. She did it one time and I felt like she did way too many passes. And I was like, I just don't want to deal with having to tell her, just do it with one pass. I've just had experience with other hairstylists saying like, I need to do more passes on the hair if I'm going to use a flat iron. So I felt like my hair came out smooth enough that really didn't need one. And I felt like I could just do one pass at home if I needed to, if I felt like a flat iron was needed, but I didn't. So we have not had a flat iron used on my hair at all. Now, once she did have my hair dry, she took another look at my ends and said, yeah, I think we can give you a dusting. What she did was not really a dusting. She gave me a nice trim. So my hair looked nice and straight across. I feel like my hair has been growing out a lot more, to the point where the places that were shorter are getting closer to being more even with the rest of my hair. I mean, you can still see there are these sections here that are shorter, but I do feel like my hair is definitely evening out, and I can't wait for the day when it's all one length without me having to give myself like a legit haircut. After the trim, she went ahead and checked me out at the register, and because I'm a JCPenney's rewards member, I was able to get a discount off of it, and she decided not to charge me for the trim she gave me. So I decided to take the amount that I got off and give it back to her as a tip. And so I came out, I feel like kind of like a bandit, because I was able to give a tip and get my hair trimmed for the same price as getting a touch-up, wash, and dry. I mean, I feel like I got away with a really good deal. So here's what my hair looked like after I got home from the salon. I actually was good and took some video and a couple of pictures the day of my appointment, because usually when I do this, it's like days later. And so my hair doesn't look as good as it did the day after it comes from the salon. But you know, I was on top of it this time. So I'm a little proud of myself. This relaxer stretch is going to be 10 to 12 weeks like it typically is. I'm not planning on doing anything real revolutionary during this touch-up. There are a couple of things that I will anticipate talking about in my next update video. The first one is I'm going to try to do more roller setting. I've gotten away from doing roller sets as much as I had been in the past, and I really was seeing my hair thrive with that. So I want to get back to doing them more during my next stretch. I don't think that not doing them as much as I have been in the past has really had a huge negative effect on my hair, but I don't want it to end up having a negative effect on my hair. So we're going to try to avoid that. And then the other thing that I anticipate talking about in my next update video is that I tried some new hair products. I do have several new hair products that are sitting in this place right here, which is the linen closet in my bathroom. I've got a whole shelf with hair products on it. Some of them are ones that I've never used on my hair. So I plan to try those out, do some reviews for you. You should hear about them sometime in the future. And I will also probably talk about them in my next update video. If you want to know hair products my hair is currently loving, I will leave a link to the page where I share all of that on my blog in the description box. If you like this video, please go ahead, give it a like by giving it a thumbs up. Please also make sure that you share it on all of your social channels. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.